no regret, right?
So that's why he was an officer already.
So, and what was he to you?
What were they to me? Oh, my captain.
Oh.
He's my commander. He was a major. He was in New York 5. He used to drive the rear wheel with the ladder and all that. I saw him one day when I was working with Jackie's father. And he was going by the sirens going all that. And I looked up, and he was steering when they turned the wheels. He had to turn the wheel with it, you know.
Right.
And I called out at him, "Hey, Smokey!" And he looked around, but he was busy driving the stupid ladder button.
Oh, so he didn't see
Anyways,
you.
I never saw him after that.
Oh, that's too bad.
But it didn't matter whether I was New Yorker or what. That's when I went home and I came back. Because we had snow and the train was late, not because I was late.
Yeah, but
That-
you were AWOL after that.
I was AWOL before that. Because nobody gave me a pass. There was nobody to give me a pass. Nobody there to talk. So I said, I can go to New York and be back in time and make the time, you know. But the train was late.
So what happened when you got back?
Nothing. I got a deck court martial. I dug a hole 6 by 6 by 6. I had to do that. And that was my punishment for being late.
Was that AWOL from California or from Camp Lejeune or from North Carolina? You were in Carolina, right?
It was right in North Carolina, Camp
Yeah.
Lejeune.
Right.
Camp Lejeune, okay.
Camp Lejeune.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where it was. That's when I came back to the from New York to Camp Lejeune. I was like 24 hours late.
Didn't you do that twice though? Didn't you do it again? Weren't you AWOL twice?
No,
No.
no.
You were just AWOL once?
One time.
Oh, I thought you were going twice.
One time. And I got a deck myself. That was that was the worst. The worst they could give me was a deck court martial, which is nothing.
Yeah.
But still, it kept me back all the time. I
Yeah.
couldn't get it. My captain used to write a letter of recommendation for promotion. They would go back undesirable. I was undesirable
Because of the court.
because I didn't pay.
You showed them.
Yeah.
To prove I wasn't undesirable, I did a lot of things that I didn't have to do. I mean, like, I was going to the front lines by myself, taking stuff from front lines. I didn't have to do that. I could ask for help and all that. But I got a 6 by 6 and the driver. You know what 6 by 6 is? A big open truck. They have like six wheels,
Yeah, okay.
6 wheels.
Yeah.
That's what it was. The driver, I thought like when I picked up the machine gun. You know I picked up a machine gun.
Yeah, I know that
we know
story.
about that.
So I told him to slow down. I said, don't stop. I said, go now. I ran out of the truck and picked up the machine gun and back in the truck again and looked back. The guy was looking for his machine gun. But in Marine Corps, in boot camp, they used to tell you, you can steal, but don't get caught at it. In other words, you need something, go get it, but don't get caught on it.
So you didn't get
So
caught.
I didn't go.
Yeah.
To me, it was legal to do that. If I got caught, you know, I tell you, that I didn't have a gun, so I needed a gun, which was true.
Yeah.
What happened to your gun?
What happened?
What happened to your gun?
Why didn't you
Got
have
blown
one?
up the second morning on Iwo Jima. The second morning, I got wounded
That was when
with
you
the
were sleeping.
baton. That's when I became deaf.
Right.
And I was taking John Smith. John Smith, he was the only draftee guy at that time. He was just he was young. He was like 32 years old. He was too old to be where he was, you know. And he acted normal and all that. And he the night that we slept on a shell hole. The shell hole was like 10 feet around and like 4 feet deep. And he thought he would be safe sleeping down at the bottom of the hole. I slept on the very top of the hole. Actually, I was sleeping on the perimeter. And that was, to me, that was the safest place. Because when they started bombing us in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, but the bombs were, they were resting, they were coming down and exploding down in the bottom of the hole.
Right.
So I was up on top. I was sleeping up on there. But I was right. But then I got wounded also. With the shell hole, with the bomb,
The shrapnel.
shrapnel
Shrapnel,
all over. And so with that, I was wounded, but I could walk and all that. And I was bleeding, but John Smith was both his legs were really ruined because he was down in the hole and all that.
Right.
The bomb did more damage than if he hadn't been there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and it was yelling for help, and the second lieutenant was yelling for a corpsman and all that. The corpsman never showed up. So I went down and I told Don to crawl up to the top of the shell hole. And then I put him on my shoulders. And I was on the way to the evacuation that with all the wounded guys went on to the hospital ship. And halfway there, the corpsman finally called up with me. And he helped me go to where I had to breathe. And we got John Smith all bandaged up and everything. And he was going on the Hartle ship, the Hartle ship.
Hospital ship. Right.
And the corpsman, after we got him onto the boat to get John out, the corpsman tells me, "Get on the boat too." He says, "You look bad enough to go." I said, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna have to stay with my men because I didn't know where I was gonna go after that."
Right.
And I stayed with them because they didn't meet there too anyway. So that was a.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the end of the whole thing. So I didn't go to the hospital ship. And nothing they could do to me anyway. Because that damage of the man exploding made me deaf.
Right.
It looked like something pushed me in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. And I can't understand why they pull it back. It's like something happened, push it into my ears, and right now I can hear a clicking. I'll go like that, and it clicks in the.
Well,
So, but the whole thing, the damage that was done didn't show up until like maybe 13 years later. That's when I got really dizzy and I got throwing up and everything.
Yeah.
And they took me to the wrong hospital. They took me to what was he? He was a heart doctor.
Oh.
He was a heart doctor. It was right close to where I was working. So then they told me to go to a regular hospital, which was close by also.
Right.
And they took me there, and took all my clothes off, put me on these rollaway slabs, and took me up to the eighth floor of the building. And I stayed there for 8 hours. I fell asleep in the meantime. After I got up, I felt fine. The woman doctor was shaking me, waking me up. What's wrong with you? I said, I don't know. I said, I got dizzy. Okay. So that was it. I was not back to normal again. So I took my clothes and I showed them there was I have a large bag, like a $20 bags in my wallet. And then nobody, they cut that out. They
didn't steal
steal the money.
Right.
And that was it.
Well, that's good.
And I left the hospital and that was it.
Yeah.
And I went home, Dr. Ferranti, like my sister was looking for where I was, they didn't know where I was and all that. So they asked him, because he was affiliated with the city hospitals. So he kept on asking him to find out, and finally got the right hospital where I was at. And he told my sisters, go over there and get him out of there before they kill him. That was at the city hospital.
Was it Kings County?
Huh?
Kings County?
You can use up all your money.
Kings County.
Yeah.
The whole place was Kings County.
Kings County.
Yeah.
Right.
We
King
lived in
County
Kings
Hospital.
County.
Yeah.
The hospital was tremendous. The biggest hospital was in the city.